Hey gamers, welcome to another video in my channel. And today, I'm going to pick my favorite game in every Sony console. I never had the PlayStation 1 and 2, and my first PlayStation was the PlayStation 3. I always been the Sega kid in my school, and the Sega Mega Drive is still today my favorite console. But I didn't like the Sega Saturn that much, and in that generation I bought the Nintendo 64. And I love it, especially because of Zelda. And I love the Nintendo 64 so much that my next console was the Nintendo GameCube. Yet I didn't like the Nintendo Wii that much, and I wanted to play Resident Evil 5 and Street Fighter 4. So in that generation I bought the PlayStation 3 that I absolutely love. And I bought many compilation games from the PlayStation 2 for the PlayStation 3, as well as PlayStation 1 games in the PlayStation Store. Today, I still play many PlayStation 1 games in my PlayStation 1 Mini. So, let's see which is my favorite game in every Sony console. Are you ready? Let's start. PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy 9. I love the Final Fantasy series, and 9 is one of my favorite RPGs ever. I love that the series returns in the medieval setting, and I love Zidane, Vivi, Garnet, Rusty, being Zidane one of my favorite characters in any game. I love his sense of humor and personality, as well as his relation with Garnet and Rusty. The music is also one of my favorites in the series, and my favorite in any Final Fantasy released for the PlayStation 1. And it would be a dream for me seeing a remake of this game, just like we saw in Final Fantasy 7. Grandia 2. This is possibly a weird pick for you all, but I love the Grandia series because of the battle system. That is, in my opinion, the best in any RPG. And Grandia 2 is by far my favorite RPG ever. I love the story of the battle between Granas and Valmar, and the love triangle between Ryudo, Milenia and Elena. Being Elena a sister of Granas, all shy and innocent, and Milenia the winds of Valmar, all wild and spicy. Melphis is also one of my favorite villains in any game, and I love him so much that I was very sad with his heartbroken end. And I won't tell you because I don't want to spoil the game for those who didn't play it. But the final twist in the game's story is excellent and unpredictable. I also love Grandia 1 and 3, but 2 is not only my favorite PlayStation 2 game, as well as my favorite RPG, and in my top 3 all-time game. PlayStation 3, Ultra Street Fighter 4. This was very easy for me. Street Fighter is by far my favorite fighting game series, and Ultra Street Fighter 4 is my favorite Street Fighter ever. I even participate and help organize some tournaments here in Portugal. I remember so many times I went to work almost without sleeping because I was watching Street Fighter tournaments. I also love Street Fighter 2, 3 and 6, but the reason I love more Street Fighter 4 is because of the hard execution combos, the links, the FADC combos. I almost give up Street Fighter 5 because it was too simple. And my opinion that Street Fighter 4 is the best is also shared by many pro players, and many of them even stopped participating in tournaments when Street Fighter 5 and 6 were released. PlayStation 4, Uncharted 4. I love the Uncharted series. It is my favorite IP from Sony. And although Among Thieves is my favorite in the series, I love 4 very much too. I love Sam. He's a great character and is very welcome to the series. And his voice actor is Troy Baker, that also did the voice acting for Joel in The Last of Us. It was so good to see Drake, Sully, Elena with better graphics, seeing a more mature Drake as a retired man that missed his past and his adventures. That when his brother asked him for help, he was not only helping his brother, but also himself, who'd never be unable to forget his past. Unfortunately, I still haven't bought my PlayStation 5 copy of this game, but I will going to buy sooner or later, because having another copy of Uncharted is never too much. PlayStation 5 Warhammer Space Marines 2. If you saw some of my previous videos, you know that I love the Warhammer universe, and this passion began in the Commodore Amiga with Space Crusade. I love the Space Marines fighting against aliens, the huge guns, the blood, the fatalities. I love the game so much that I still play sometimes in my Amiga Mini. As from the last game of the series, the only thing I can do is praise this masterpiece. I love the first one in the PlayStation 3, but this second one is even better. With more weapons, with more variety of the enemies, more blood, more violence, and the same hype as always. This for me is a 10/10 game that I strongly recommend.
Come forth and be slaughtered!
PlayStation Portable God of War Ghosts of Sparta. This wasn't an easy pick for me because I also love Change of Olympus and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. But I choose Ghosts of Sparta because I love the God of War series, and in my opinion Ghosts of Sparta is a little better than Chains of Olympus. Because the developers update the combat system, the game is also a little bigger, and the story, music and cutscenes are also a little better. I probably finished this game 3 or 4 times because I have not only the original game for the PlayStation Portable, but also for the PlayStation 3 in the God of War Origins collection. PS Vita Uncharted Golden Abyss. This was super easy for me. I love this game so much, and in my opinion is as good or almost as good as some games in the series. It's very sad for me to hear someone saying, I love Uncharted and I finish all 5 games. Wait, 5? How about Golden Abyss? And the answer is always the same. That's a PS Vita game. Yes, it is, and so what? It is an excellent game that should be played by any fan of the series. It is a prequel to the main series because it takes place before Drake's fortune. We don't have Elena or Chloe in this game, but we have Sully and Drake, and he teams up with Marisa Chase, that is also a great character. The gameplay is the same as the main series, and some parts we play with a touchscreen. Just as Uncharted 1, 2 and 3, we finished the game around 10 hours, and in my humble opinion, this one is better and I enjoy this game more than Drake Fortune, A Lost Legacy. So that's it gamers, do you like my picks? Please tell me in the comments. As always, I hope you like this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.
So much gold, the revolution will live!
What have you done the last 10 years except work piss-ass jobs for schlubs?